What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity. I hope you guys are doing well. Call of Duty right now is just an insanely frustrating experience through and through. Not only do you have a day like what we had last Friday, where the game just simply did not work, you also have to navigate all of the BS with the cheaters and then the absolutely garbage and despicable spawn system, while also dealing with skill based matchmaking every single match. It just doesn't feel like this game was created to be fun. Call of Duty used to be fun. It used to be entrenched and ingrained into everything they did. And I just don't feel that fun factor with Modern Warfare 3. Heck, I haven't felt the fun factor for several years now. I think the last time I hopped on Call of Duty and actually had a legitimately fun experience outside of maybe doing some silly challenges or playing with friends was like the first few weeks of Black Ops Cold War. But outside of that, playing Call of Duty, being a part of this community, seeing the deterioration of this legacy in front of my eyes has been a frustrating experience. It has been nothing short of agony. And it sucks. It sucks being a member of this community right now. It sucks seeing this franchise being dragged into the depths of hell because a company doesn't want to do anything for the player experience. I could get on board and I could totally understand if they needed to make some changes here and there. If they're trying to innovate, if they were trying to be creative, heck, if they were just taking risks and being bold, I could get on board with that. But that's not what Call of Duty is. It is the epitome of playing it safe and just making sure they get by with just enough so that they can then regurgitate a similar game again next year. It's never about innovating. It's never about creating an experience that is special for the player. I don't look at Modern Warfare 3 right now and think of it as a special game or a special experience. It feels like a run-of-the-mill, generic Call of Duty game. And it really sucks because that's not what Call of Duty used to be. And maybe I'm a little stuck on what Call of Duty used to be like 10 years ago. But why is it that the franchise was so much stronger then? Why is it that the franchise had an identity then? And now it's just completely abandoned that. There was something special about these games. That's why so many of us attached ourselves to them. That's why so many of us grew loyal to this franchise, is because there was something truly special about Call of Duty. But that has all been fleeting and it has all but disappeared at this point in time. I don't get that same feeling or drive or even motivation to play Modern Warfare 3 as I used to have with any other video game. And you could say, hey, maybe it's getting older. I have more drive to play other games because they're actually developed well. There's creativity, there's a clear vision. Modern Warfare 3 doesn't have that. Call of Duty doesn't have that. It is a smorgasbord of animals and flaming operators and all this other nonsense that doesn't contribute anything of substance to my experience. Not necessarily that it takes anything away, but that's where they want to place their time and their emphasis, is in all the cosmetics. And unfortunately, the cosmetics don't do anything to the core fun of the game, to the core aspects of the game. And when the core aspects of the game are as pitiful as they are right now, I don't know how people have fun. I really don't know how people log on to Call of Duty every day and grind to get to the new max level. Because it's never about prestige anymore, because heaven forbid bring back classic prestige. Not sure why it's out of the game. I don't know why they feel that this new prestige system, if you can even call it that, it is somehow better. It's not. It really is not. And the feedback from your community is very clear. No one likes the current system. But hey, you know what? They came up with it. They know best. They're the smartest people in the room. And that's where the frustration lies, is they just don't really seem to ever have any humility, and they just think that they know best. We've been making Call of Duty for 15 years, and we know best. You've been making the games, but you haven't been making them well, and you haven't been listening to your community and leaning on them. There's more than enough people here in this community that would love to reach out and help and work with Call of Duty to make the franchise better. Heck, I'm one of them, but there's so many people like myself that are willing to just, hey, Listen to us. We're pleading with you. I mean, Nadeshot pleaded with them a couple days ago. They have to start taking the criticisms and the suggestions from the community seriously and working to make the game better. Working to make the game fun again. They have ideas in their game that could be fun if they were well executed. Horde Point is a perfect example. I think there is a element of Horde Point that would work and it would actually be a lot of fun. But with all of the other layers of bad spawns and bad netcode and bad servers and cheaters and all this and all that that contribute to every game, you have a good concept with very poor execution. And that's kind of what Call of Duty is now. There's concepts here that are good, that should work, but because the execution is so lackluster and lacking any detail or emotion or passion, it really has a hard time resonating with the player. I can't resonate with Call of Duty the same way that I used to. I want to, trust me. I would love to hop on to Call of Duty every day, play it religiously, have fun with friends, have fun with some of my subscribers. Who knows? But it's such a chore to play the game. And the only reason why I play it is for this YouTube channel, which is maybe one of the reasons why I'm looking so forward to X Defiant, is because I can finally play a game I want to play. I can finally cover a game I care about and seems to have some passion behind it. Being somebody that's been very active in this community for the last like 8 to 10 months and watching this deterioration in real time, watching a development team pretend as if they care about this franchise, kind of just forget about it. You know, they said a lot of the right things back in September and October, but since then, Sledgehammer Games has just kind of been, oh, well, we're hands off now. I think Infinity Ward's taking over, and they've just sort of forgotten about us. Like, there are aspects of MW3 that are solid, that are good. And all of those aspects are because they listened to the community. The movement was changed. The minimap was brought back to where it used to be. Weapon unlocks were the same as they were in every other Call of Duty other than MW2. They made significant improvements to the perk system, although still not perfect. A lot of these changes have led to a pretty good foundation. But unfortunately, because they've done nothing about the servers and done nothing about the spawns all year, we're sort of stuck. I mean, this is when you should be listening to your community and being like, hey, we need to do something serious about our spawn system. And they just don't seem to care. I'd really love for them to actually start to do something of value that makes me want to play Call of Duty again. Like, if tomorrow I woke up and I found out they overhauled the entire spawn system. They did something a la World War II, where they completely overhauled the game overnight. And you hopped in and it was a brand new experience again. You're like, holy smokes, they improved it in a lot of areas. I would be so pumped, man. I'd pump the tires of Sledgehammer Games and I'd be right in there playing it and enjoying myself. But I struggle to do that right now because there's no reason to pump their tires. There's no reason to give them the old attaboy. They're failing in a lot of aspects. But the major aspect that they're failing in is the fun. They don't do enough to motivate you to play. It almost seems like we play because we're loyal to the game more so than anything else. Like, I'm sure you guys have other factors as to why you play, but for me, I play it just because it's like I want that little bit of nostalgia for the day, or I want that little bit of thirst for a first-person shooter to be quenched. And the game does very little to keep me motivated or keep me engaged for longer than 2 to 3 games. I miss the times when I could lose an entire evening or lose half a day just playing Call of Duty. It is so difficult to do that now because they've made the experience so much less player focused than what it used to be. And it's so disappointing to see. But yeah, I just kind of had this thought about Call of Duty and I sat down and decided to make this video. But that's all that I really wanted to touch on today. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Has Call of Duty lost its fun for you? Or is it just one of those things where you're still finding ways to have fun? If there is a suggestion to make Call of Duty more fun, let me know with a comment down below. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time.